Hello, guys. It is Danny Garola here with Stamp in the Pink Barn, coming to you from Tucson, Arizona. If you see that little red live up there, that means you have caught me right now, live in action. We are going to make a super cute card today. Hopefully, you guys grabbed your cup of joe, your cup of coffee, or tea. I don't judge. Even if you're drinking water, thumbs up to you, especially depending on where you are coming from. It may be a little bit too late in the day to be drinking your coffee, right? Let's turn me down. We don't need to hear me twice. So that is one of those things that, because I'm over here on the Pacific, I'm actually in Tucson, Arizona, but I am Pacific time right now. It's still kind of early in the day that I can go ahead and drink my coffee. Hello, Magna, and have it still be kind of early in the day that I'm not all crazy. And I'm not a real early person anyway. So by the time I get up and start drinking my coffee, it's roughly around like 9 o'clock in the morning anyways. So, that is that. So you guys know that I love my TV shows, and so I was just curious, how many of you guys watch Virgin River? If you do, holy smokes, you guys, I totally binge watch the heck out of it every time a new season comes out. So I just got done binge watching season number 4. And can I tell you guys, how the heck can they leave us hanging like they did? Yeah, I was so like mind blown. I'm like, I can't wait another year for them to conclude where they left off at. I can't even believe that they would do that to me. I'm a faithful watcher. Don't do that stuff. So it's kind of funny. Me and my daughter's speech therapist, she comes over every Wednesday morning to do speech therapy for my daughter. She came over yesterday and we were sitting here, and my daughter had just had like a pretty long one of her seizure moment things before the speech therapist had gotten here. So my daughter wasn't really feeling up to par. She was really kind of tired. Her body was drained. She just went through this seizure thing for 45 minutes. Now, when I say that, I know people are going to be like, wait a minute, what? You let a seizure go on for 45 minutes? I don't, and her neurologist does not think they are seizures, but since we don't know what they are, but since she is still like engaged, and because normally when she has one of her epileptic moment seizures, those she checks out, her eyes kind of roll back. So just so I'm not getting anybody coming on here and being like, what are you doing, lady? Are you nuts? You don't ever let anybody go through a seizure for 45 minutes. No, she has a condition called Rhett Syndrome. And so with Rhett Syndrome, they have these moments. We call them Rhett moments in our community. And it is something kind of like if you're familiar with dystonia, it's kind of like that, where her body will have a full on, almost like you would consider it, to think of it this way, like she's having an epileptic grandma seizure, which she has had those in the past, and those are like seconds. They don't ever go over like a minute. So those are actual seizures, and we have rescue medications for all that and all that good stuff. So by all means, I know what my daughter goes through, so I don't want anybody like coming in and saying that I'm a crazy woman. So anyways, uh so she had this thing. So when the speech therapist came over, we started talking. So a couple of years ago, when season 1 started going and I started watching it, I turned the speech therapist on to this show. So she binge watches it every season with her daughters. She's got older teen daughters. And so she came over and she's like, "Oh my goodness. Did you catch on to did you do that?" And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, because if you haven't seen it yet, Oh, it is definitely worth watching. There's 4 seasons. Get yourself caught up. I actually just got my mom watching it. She's actually on season 2, as of yesterday, so I'm pretty sure she's probably on season 3 because she binge watches also. So, just wanted to throw that out there because, oh, I'm in such like a state of shock that they just ended it the way they did. Oh, so, anyways, on to the show. Since you guys are here to do some stamping, not listening to me rant about TV shows, right? But I just thought it was worthy because I do know that I see so many of you guys posting on Facebook about, oh, the disappointment, or not the disappointment, but the shock of, oh, yes, you are on season 3, Mom. That's what I thought, because I know yesterday you were on, what, season 2, episode 8 or something, so I figured you had to have been on season 3 already. So, yes, so, just I keep seeing people popping up and going, "Oh my gosh," with these big, like the little emoji that's the smile with the big wide eyes, because you guys are in shock about what the heck is going on here. So, all right, let's get you guys flipped around. The other exciting thing that I have going on today, and I know this is kind of like whatever, but it's exciting to me. So, of course, since you guys are my people, I have to tell you. Um, we are finally going up today and making progress on the house that we're moving into. Me and my mom, when we are done here with this live, we're going to actually be going over to the other house and start our painting, because that's kind of where we're at in progress. We had all the plumbing done. We got the swamp cooler up and going. They came in and did all new piping in the house because the house is pretty old. So we had to get some new pipes replaced and all that kind of stuff. So our next step is to go up there and get painting done. And then we get to have the big carpet party. Well, it's not a party, but we'll go in and we'll go to a carpet store. I think we've been looking at Home Depot, but I think I might want to look around to a couple of other places. Or no, we went to Lowe's actually, and just check out other things, see how they do things, and just compare a little bit. But nonetheless, we will be getting carpet soon. And then that is, well, that's not the last thing we have to do, but that'll be kind of the second to last thing, because then we have to get, there's these big archways in the living room. And then there's a couple of steps that go down into where the big fireplace is. And I know you're thinking, what the heck? Why is there a fireplace in Tucson, Arizona? Well, we do get kind of chilly here in the winter, surprisingly. This last winter, it wasn't, but this winter, or we've had winters in the past where we actually had a dusting of snow. Shock, right? But we have to get around the staircase because there's a basement on this house. I think it's the only house in Tucson, Arizona that has a basement, but we love it. So there is like a wrought iron banister, or not banister, it is a railing that goes from where you can, so you don't fall down the staircase. Pretty much that's what I'm trying to get at. So we're going to do that where these two big arches are, because since my daughter she's not safety aware, I don't want her falling off those staircase down the couple of stairs and then hitting her face on the fireplace, because that would be very tremendous for us, and we don't want to deal with that. That would be, oh, so that's just a very big fear of mine. So we have to put some of that wrought iron across where those banister, or where the archways are, to block it off so she doesn't accidentally fall down that. So with that, that will be the last and final thing that we have to get done. Then we move in. So we're getting close. So I can't wait to get the painting done. So hold on, I'm going to get you guys flipped around here. So today we are going to be playing with that. It is called Window Wishes. I'm really kind of digging this set right now. Um, so I'm going to put a little twist on it, because since we are in monsoon season here in Arizona, um, it is really putting me in the fall, autumn kind of mood. And it's taken a lot to not go out and start grabbing my fall decor, because here's the thing, and I'm a big time, I like to decorate, I like to have my house done for the holidays, but since we are getting ready to move, I don't want to be packing my house and then come out and unpack all this fall stuff and have it setting up well in the midst of packing, right? That seems kind of counterintuitive, right? So I think this year I'm not going to decorate. I mean, I will do a little bit, like I'll bring out my orange and black gingham uh, tablecloth. I'll do little few things like that because I just can't not do it. But I'm not going to go big like I like to do. So with that, this card is kind of that fall theme that I have kind of put the twist on. I will show you the original card I was going to do for you guys today, but since we sold out of the tree lot dies, I decided I'm not going to show you guys a set and work with the set today that is sold out. Now, that was one of the celebrations items, but I do have news for you. We have added new celebration items to this month since celebrations is over August 31st. They have added some more products for you guys, and I'm going to show those to you in just a second. But I wanted to tell you guys that we still have a little bit under a week. We've got what, 5 days, 6 days to get in on this beautiful paper pumpkin kit. This is called the Sweet Sunflowers. This is going to be gorgeous. I can't wait to see this. It looks like a beehive. It is gold foil. It is going to make some beautiful cards. I do know that Paper Pumpkin, if you follow them over on Facebook, they actually just put out a video showing how they did this 2-part stamping. So you would stamp it once and then you would twist the stamp again and then stamp it twice to get this beautiful sunflower look technique on these flowers here. So you guys can check this out. There is a link in the description of this video. Also, right now during celebrations, it is a great time, and I know a lot of you guys do this, but if you are new and you don't know about this option, if you don't want to go with the monthly subscription, you can also go into my store at shopdannygarola.com. Up in that little icon where it looks like a little magnifying glass, you can actually type in Paper Pumpkin prepaid, and it will bring you to a prepaid card that you can actually buy. Either you can buy a 1 month, but that will not qualify you to get free products from Celebration. But the ones that will is the 3-month, the 6-month, or the 12-month. Those will get you in on some of the Celebrations items. So it's a good time to get, especially if you want to try it out, grab that 3-month one and get a free item on top of that. I mean, you're getting something free. You get to pick what you want. So you can either go to our celebrations brochure and you get to pick one of the $50 items in that. So there's quite a few to choose from. You can choose either that hippest hippos or the dies that go with that. If you have one or the other, you can pick this beautiful, I've seen so many things made with this, the Rings of Love paper. We are currently out of stock on the pool party, the cards and envelope. Those will not be coming back, so those are gone. The stylish sketches are available. You've got the gold or the silver and gold designer series paper. And so you've got some things to choose from. And then, like I said, we've got a new more to celebrate that they've added to that list. So all of these that are in the yellow, if you purchase the 3-month to get yourself started, just to get your feet wet on the Paper Pumpkin, these right here would be one of your free items that you can choose from, or any of the $50. Now, if you want to step it up and you want to do the 6th month because you've already, gotten yourself a Paper Pumpkin and you really like Paper Pumpkin, you could do either that 6 or 12 month, and then you can get, with the 6 month, you can get one of the $100 items or two of the $50. And then if you go big or go home, you can do that 12-month one, and then you can get 4 of these $50 ones, or you could get 2 of the $100 ones. And we've got some really cute die sets on this more to celebrate that they've added to that. And I do have to give you guys this disclaimer. When you add one of these products, you cannot use the code out of our current catalogs to purchase these as your freebies in Celebrations. You have to go either over to my Facebook page and pull up this graphic, or if you're on my newsletter, I sent out the PDF for this. Oh shoot, I forgot to add the PDF to Pink Barn Stampers group, but I will do that when we're done here. Find this PDF. I have put it multiple places. It's even on my blog, which is stampinthepinkbarn.com. And that is Stampin, STAPIN. There's no G on the N, the Pink Barn. Okay, so you will find the PDF for this. You can pop that up, and you need to use the codes that are on this to get those free in your order. Right now, if you join my team, which is an amazing team, let me tell you, we've got so many things and so many perks going on in our team. Actually, I just had some of my local teammates. We have decided that we are going to go to On Stage. So any of you guys watching, if you are current demonstrators and you plan on going to On Stage, we are going to be attending the West Coast one over here in Anaheim, California. We already booked our room and that kind of stuff. My mom has timeshare, so she got a resort for us. And so I asked one of my other team members, because my mom's one of my team members as well. I asked her if she wanted to carpool and go with us, and she said yes. So, and it just happens to be on my birthday weekend, which is going to be awesome. So we're going to be staying in a hotel a couple hours away from actually the Anaheim Convention Center, but we're going to be staying by a casino. So I think we're going to go check that out and have dinner and whatnot. We'll be there throughout the weekend. So yeah, I can't wait. So if you guys are going to that, that'll be fabulous. But back to joining my team. We have a promotion going on right now that when you join, not only do you get to pick $125 of product of your choice, you also will get this free Making Plans bundle. You can check out more about this and more in-depth photos over on my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com. If you go to promotions and scroll down a little bit, you'll see the Making Plans promotion. You can go in there and you can see, like I said, some close-up videos or close-up photos, words are tough, of kind of the details of this. So you will only pay $99 for all that. So $125 worth of product and this freebie, plus they're going to throw in a bunch of business. You're going to get catalogs, you're going to get some order forms, you're just going to get things to start a business. Now, that being said, you do not have to make a business of this. You can be a discount shopper. So that means you're merely signing up to get $125 worth of product for only 99 bucks. And that is starting you out with getting your feet wet with the products that you need to start stamping. So it's a really good opportunity. So, and there's no gimmicks, there's no, ties to that where we're trying to, lock you in on something. No, it's completely your choice whether you take it and carry on or if you just, up and that's the last thing you ever do with it. All right. Mystery stamping for the month of August will take place on the 17th of August, which is a Wednesday. That happens 6 p.m. over on Facebook. It is a live that I do with you guys. I will be putting out the supplies list on the 10th. I will post that over on the blog. If you go over to the side, it says mystery stamping in one of the little tabs there. If you click that down, you'll see August's mystery stamping, and you can read all about that. And it'll say supplies needed, and it says coming soon. I will post that on the 10th. I will also post that over on my Facebook page in the events. You will see this graphic. Look for the August one. And on the 10th, I will post the supplies over there as well. Stampin' Up! We has a new kit that just hit the shelves as of yesterday. This is called the Cozy and Bright Kit. So this is kind of like a paper pumpkin where you will get everything you need. It is an all-in-one kit. Some super adorable. I am loving these Christmas holiday sentiments that are coming in this kit. And this is the only way you can get these sentiments. The only way you'll get these stamps is if you buy this kit. So it comes with everything to make, what is it, 12 cards, I believe this time. It's 4, or no. No. Is it 8 cards? I can't remember. I think it's 8 cards. I think it's 4 and 4, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. Anyways, nonetheless, you can go and you can check this out over on, if you go to shop.dannygarola.com, and in that first little tab, it says shop. Go there, type in again in that search Cozy and Bright Kit, and it will bring up all the details for this, and it'll tell you right there how many cards it makes, because clearly I didn't do my homework to find that out. Okay, this stuff we can discuss at a later time. You guys have watched me before and heard about all that. Let's get into this card. And don't forget, you guys, over on the Facebook page, Stampin' the Pink Barn, I have got a giveaway that will be happening on Monday's Facebook Live. Now, it is my 100th episode on the 8th, Monday the 8th. So when I go live, you guys will be required to come into that live. Now, you don't have to do it on that day, just as long as you come into that video within the week, because I will be doing the drawing on the 15th, which is the following Monday. But what you need to do is you need to comment on the video number 100th episode, and you need to hashtag STPB. So the S for Stampin', the T for the P for pink, and the B for barn. So like here on my Coffee and Cards, you'll see in the heading up there that it says Coffee and Cards episode 4, STPB, Stampin' the Pink Barn. That is kind of going to start being my signature thing. So hashtag that in the comments of that 100th episode. And then the following week, I will be doing a drawing for, this is what I'm offering for the drawing. It is a pack of this Oh So Ombre. This is 6x6 paper. It comes with 48 sheets, and it comes in beautiful colors. I'm not going to open this pack because it's sealed. But this is a past Sale-A-Brations item, so you cannot get this anywhere else because it is now no longer. This Friendly Hello, this is a photopolymer stamp set right here. And this is coming to one of you lucky people who come in there and do that hashtag STPB on that 100th video over on Facebook. All right, let's get into this card. Oh, okay. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the Brick and Mortar 3D embossing folder. Here is the Window Wishes bundle. Now this is the stamp set here. I really love the fact that they've put a lot of elements. You get 20 stamps with this set. Ooh, huge set. So many cute elements. I love the sentiments that are in here. So cute with the trees and the house. And the card that I did make has the house in it, but I'm going to show you guys what it looks like without the house, and then you guys can kind of tell me your thoughts if you like the house or without the house. This is the die set here. So it cuts out the greenery here. It also has one to cut out that wreath and the candles here, the house, the car, the trees, not this tree, but the triangle trees. You have a swish here to do the little swishy for the ground. Oh, these right here, I was really like mind boggled what these were. These are actually the piece that you cut out for the tires for the car. So if you were to stamp these little tires, which is a separate stamp set, and then you stamp out the car, then you can die cut the 2 wheels. They will be together. But then this little piece right here that you're going to have coming across those 2 little circles will then be able to be glued on to the bottom of your car in the center here. So those little tires will be connected in the right spot. So that was pretty genius that they did that. You also have a stamp or a die to cut out the little house here and the roof. So those are two separate little things that can die cut with this as well. All right. So my card base is pumpkin pie. Now, this is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to just fold it and burnish that. Then I'm going to be using this tree, which is kind of that stick tree that's on there, that we're going to be using that stamp. We're going to be using that foliage, kind of a arch stamp there. Also, we're going to need some white. Now, we're going to need the black first. The black is, let me measure this. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And this white piece here is 3 3/4 by 5. Now we're going to run this through our embossing folder. So what I want to do is I like to spritz my paper to run it through so I'm just putting a couple of little spritz. You barely see anything on there. I just think that it gives you a much deeper, and even though this is a 3D folder, once you put that water on there, it almost makes it where it's more pliable and it gives you a much better, deeper impression. So let me bring the big boss over here because the little one will not cut it for this big embossing folder. Okay, so since this is a 3D folder, we're going to need plate number 1, which is this great big one, which is a hot mess. I'm going to make sure my hinge of my folder is facing the track of the machine. Now with this one, I put my paper in this way because I want my bricks going horizontal on this. And then I'm going to put my plate 4, which is the plate that is for the 3D embossing folders. Okay, I'm going to set that right down here on the ground because I'm sure we'll probably need that again. Whew, I got to get my hair up. Hold on just a second, guys. Whew, starting to have a hot flash. Yikes. Okay, so there is our brick impression. So it's very neat. It looks like a brick wall. And then I need I'm using one of our piercing mats, and I just wrap with tape, just put a piece of copy paper on there. And then I'm going to be using one of our blender brushes. And then I know these things are really old. Some of you that are new to Stampin' Up! May have never seen these things before, but these come in a big circle. They are no longer available through Stampin' Up! You might be able to find them on Amazon, but I cut them down in little wedges. When these were discontinued, they had them at a super price. So I grabbed a bunch of packages of them so I could just have them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my pumpkin pie ink and then just ink this up a little bit, get all those little gross smoogies off of this because I just want a touch of ink. And then I'm just going to lightly run this across this brick. Okay, just like that. Like I said, very lightly. Then I'm going to grab this little piece of sponge and my Memento black ink, run that just lightly on there, and then kind of just rub it again to get some of that gross, because it's a sponge, it's not going to hold the ink like your blender brush is. It's going to give you a little bit more streaks. I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit. Hopefully, let's make sure you guys can still see where I'm at. Okay, now with this, I'm just going to lightly take this and and I'm not hitting the whole thing. I'm just hitting some of those high spots to kind of just add a little bit of a different, I don't know what you would call this, but a distressed look to this brick. Okay, just like that. That's all I'm going to do. Okay, this is going to be our background, but let me show you something. So if you ever run into the thing where you want to conserve some of your paper and you want to not be using so much stuff, because this piece is now going to be layered behind this white and then go on the yellow. So you have a whole big piece of this black back here that is not even going to be seen by anyone. So what you can do, since we need to die cut this window, so I'm going to be using both pieces of this window, just like this. I'm going to set the big part down, and I'm going to set that in the middle of that black piece, because the only thing we're really going to be seeing is 1/8 of an inch around the outside. So nobody's even going to know that you've cut this out of the center. Then I'm going to take the more detailed window part, and I'm going to lay that right inside of that, making sure all my margins are straight. And I'm going to run that through, and I'm going to cut my window, which I've already cut out to save us some time here. I've already cut my 2 window pieces, but I'm just saying you could cut them out of here and save yourselves some paper, so you're not having to feel like, gosh, there's so many pieces that I have to cut out of this. You can cut it right out of there and nobody would even know that you've done that. Okay, so once we cut those 2 pieces out, we have this, and then we have the little, well, where'd it go? I did have it. Okay, then I had the little black piece that is out of this. So when we cut it out, you're going to have 4 little, pieces out of that for the negative, and then you're going to have the center. Now we need this center piece. And then what I did with this big window is I grabbed a scrap of white. I just grabbed a scrap of white and I cut this window out, and I didn't even have to make sure it was lined up, just as long as the center cut was going to cut out, because all I need is 1 white, because that's where I'm going to be doing my scenery on. But for this little black piece here, I need to grab, now remember how I said there's like a little swish? We need that little swish and this center cutout. Now I need to bring the little boss over here. Move all my pieces so I don't lose anything. Okay, I need plate 1 and 2 of my number 2s, but let me show you how I'm going to figure this out. Since I know the window is going to sit like this, and I know this is the same width, I just want to put, where did I put that die? Oh, there it is. See, very tiny, can be lost very easy. I know that I only want a small portion of the bottom, because it's just going to go along the bottom of my window, because my scenery is going to be behind this. You guys following me here? So I'm just going to put a little bit of swish on that. So all I need is that little portion right there. So again, we would have normally tossed this piece, but we actually just got something out of it as well. Okay. So let's set everything here together so I know that I'm not losing anything, but we're going to get everything cut out first. Okay. Then I took my layering circle dies, and I grabbed this circle right here, and I just took a scrap piece of white and I cut this circle out. And so here is what I came up with. I have my scrap piece here. I cut the circle out, but I need both of these pieces. I need the open one and I need the solid one. So I'll show you what I'm going to do there. As you can see, I've already got from the last card that I made. let's get this out of the way. Okay, let's start this. So bringing that little white piece in, because we're going to start doing our scenery now, and kind of just eyeballing this at the bottom. Now it is going to be smaller than your white piece because your frame is going to fit over that white, okay? So it will fit perfectly inside of that because that's where that little black piece was cut out of. Now what we need to do is I'm going to take this piece here, and I've already put a little bit of sticky on it, and I'm just going to figure out where I'm going to put that. I think I'm going to put it right against the edge over here, just like that, and push that down. And then I'm going to come in with my blending brush again and my pumpkin pie. Again, going really, really lightly, so get some of that off of there. And because this piece is a little bit shorter, I'm putting my finger here so I make sure I'm not marking up this bottom white down here, because the brush is hitting my finger to keep that ink in that circle. Okay, just like that. Now, when we take this off, we have a perfect, beautiful orange moon. Then with this piece here, which is the negative of that, we're going to take the circle there and now lay that over top of our orange moon. Come back in with our sponge or brush or whatever you plan on using. Get a little bit more black on there. And then I'm just going to hold my finger in the center of this so I make sure it's not going anywhere and that it's not going to flip up, because sometimes if you catch it, and again, going very lightly because I don't want it being super heavy, but I want it to have that night kind of sky look that, just to add a little bit of element here. Okay, just like that. So it looks like kind of a wispy, low-laying cloud kind of, I guess. Okay, now when I pull this off, there is my moon. Now we're going to come in with this stamp here, which is the tree. And with our memento. Now I kind of want to lay this on here just to kind of get some placement again. And with my black piece. Oops, that's upside down. Then kind of see how far over I need to go with this. So I'm going to kind of do it right in the center of that moon. Just like that. And I know it looks kind of goofy at the moment, but wait till we kind of build it all up. Okay, now we can start adding this stuff together. Let's go ahead and stamp, since we've already got this mat here. Let's stamp our little foliage here, and I've got my orange right here, my pumpkin pie. So we need to die cut this out. Now, I will tell you that when you place this stamp on your block, you need to be very careful that you do not wiggle it or manipulate it, because it will not line up with your die. Ask me how I know, because I've had to stamp this numerous times to get it to come out straight, because I did jack it up a couple of times. So I'm going to just stamp this right on there. And so the way I made it straight is when I went to put it on this block, when I laid it out on my table. Then I grabbed the die and I line the die up on, so say if this was my table, when I laid that out and when I went to put that, I kind of lined my die up to make sure everything was lined up, because otherwise if you get this crooked, it's going to be over here. And even though it's just a little bit off, it's not going to line up with that die. So you really have to watch that and make sure that you line it up right with that die and everything is sitting straight. Does that make sense? Because I don't want you guys getting frustrated that it's not coming out straight, because there is a potential that it wouldn't if that gets crooked in there. Okay, so now let's bring our boss back in, our big boss. And we don't need this anymore, but we are going to need our other plates. Where did I just put that? Oh, geez, I put the die away, even though knowing that I needed that. Smart guy. Okay, line that up. And then I'm going to place this down. Okay, just like that. And then run this through. And then there is our little foliage. Oh. All right, let me hook these two back together. I'll probably need those because I'll be making more of these cards. Okay, get all of our pieces in, our foliage in here. Make sure all my dies are put away so nothing gets lost. And then also I cut this little lined piece right here out of black as well. Okay, where did I put it? There it is. I also cut that little black piece out also because that's going to be kind of our ledge of our window. All right, now we're ready to put this together. Oh my goodness, I can hear my daughter out there. Thank God my husband's home. She's having one of her moment things. She makes this loud groaning, moaning sound. Okay, now I do put a lot of glue on my embossed pieces because there's so many different elements there and divots and stuff that I want to make sure that each one of those high bumps has glue on it to hold that down in place. Okay, so there is our wall to the windows to the wall. That's going to go there. Then what we need to do, this is going to go straight down onto my piece here, because then I think I might put some dimensionals and pop that window up. Okay, so let's glue this down. We'll see if this is going to work or not, because the other one I just put it all flat and then bumped the whole thing up, but I want this to have a little bit of dimension. I'm going to bring it down just a skosh. So it's going to be a little bit shorter here than it is up here, because we have to take into consideration that this is going to be at the top. Okay, so that is going straight down. Now with this piece, I need to put this on here. So this is going to get glued straight down also. Now this is going to be exactly the same size as your white piece. So it's going to fit right on the edges. Okay, just like that. Okay, now we can grab our little, well maybe, geez Louise, our little black piece here. And that's going to fit right inside of that window frame because it is the inside of that we cut. Guess I should have probably moved that tree down a hair, but whatever. Now you guys know that if you moved it down a little bit, it might look a little bit better. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to use my mini black dimensionals. And I'm going to pop these right up on here. And since they're black, nobody's going to see them. Now, if I use the white ones, you might be able to see those. But what I love these black ones for. And these ones are nice because they are black and you've got that white covering over those. You can really see when you have made sure you've got that backing off. Because some of the white ones, I'll put it down and I haven't even taken the darn backing off. And I'm like, why is that not sticking? Well, and I'm going to put one more down here to hold this piece up. Because since I'm going to be putting this on there. Okay, so this is kind of the tricky part because you want to make sure that all lines up well. So you don't have a big, huge white gap in there. All right, perfect. That's what I wanted. Okay, this little windowsill is just going to go across the bottom like that. And then this is going to get some dimensionals on the back of it, and it's going to go like that. But we have to add a couple of things to this. So let me add this windowsill here. Okay, and then I'm going to put some dimensionals, and since this is white, I'm just going to cut a few of these pieces here. And I'm going to move them towards the outside because this is still going to be sitting against this window frame. So I want to make sure they're out and towards the outside of that. So on some of these pieces that are bumped out a little bit more, that's where I'm going to put these. Yeah, I'm so excited to go to this on stage thing. Like, you guys have no idea because this is the first in-person event Stampin' Up has had since the last 3 years because of the whole virus thing that's been going on. They've had to pretty much shut down everything that has been, when we used to have in-person things, they've had to shut everything down because restrictions. So, what I got going on here? Oh, I put this one on the wrong inside, so it needs to go to this outside. That's what the problem was. Okay, so there is that. Now there's lots of dimension to that, if you can see. And then we're going to glue this straight down onto this card. Okay, like that. Then I want to bring in some of these little black, these are called the classic matte dots. And my take your pick tool. And I'm just going to place these around on here. Just like that. All right, so there is today's card. Now let me get a little inside piece put inside of this. I'm going to have to cut that down. So we need to cut this to 4 by 5 1/4. And what I'm going to do in the inside of this since none of the sentiments here are going to be for this card, I'm not going to put a sentiment inside of it at the moment. I'm going to put this tree right in the inside here. Okay. Let's get this inside of this card. Just like that. And there is our beautiful fall spooky window wishes. So I just took that whole Christmas theme here, or holiday theme, and kind of put a spin or twist on it to make it that fall look. And then, so let me show you the one that I did yesterday as my like test card for this. So this is the same kind of layout, but I went ahead and I put the little house here, which, I mean, I like them both. I can't say that I don't. I do like that I did this one a little bit more intense in color. Like my orange, I went a little bit darker here, which I just noticed that setting them side by side. But yeah, I kind of like the little house on this, but I mean, it's the same card either way. But here, let me show you the original one that I really, really, really wanted to show you. But like I said, since we're out of those, the tree lot dies, I did not want to make this one. As this tree right here is cut out of those, the die from the tree lot, which I guess I could have just stamped the tree, but I used that other Celebrations item here, which is that silver and gold designer series paper. And then I used soft succulent with the tone on tone. So I used soft succulent ink as well on soft succulent paper, cardstock. Again, this is soft succulent, and this little sprig piece down here for the window is just cut right here on these two little sides. I just cut this section off, and then I took both of these little side sprigs and then set them crossing over because I knew my little bow was going to cover up kind of those loose ends in there, I guess you might say. And then I didn't put an inside in this yet, but I thought that was so stinking cute. And since I haven't really made too many Christmas cards yet, if you have this die set, well, here is another idea for you if you've got, you know, all these things. So that is another way of making a more of a holiday card using those window wishes. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's coffee and cards. And of course, I've got my coffee sitting here. And that was the last swallow of it. So that must mean that we have completed our coffee and cards. So this is the card that I did make today. I just took that tree and I added it to the inside. So again, like I said, put a little holiday or little fall twist on that versus it being kind of the traditional go-to Christmas. And then here's the one that I made the other day. Again, I think I like the deeper, darker intensity of this one than the lighter on this, but either way, I love them both. And now looking at them, I kind of think I do like that house on there. I think it does give it a little bit more of a spookier, insane asylum kind of look, right? All right, you guys. Thank you so much for coming in here and joining me. I will have photos and all the things over on the blog. It's going to take me a little bit. I might not be able to get to it until this evening. So you can always come back here. You can replay this video and watch how to make this if you don't want to wait until I get everything put up on the blog. But because I do need to take off. I need to get up to the other house and get that painting done while it's still bright and light and hot outside. Yeah, so I'm gonna get up over there. I'm gonna get some of the painting done, and then when I get back this evening, I will get everything uploaded, photos taken, and then get the blog up and going and get the PDF on there for this card. So, okay, you guys, I will see you back here on Monday for that 100th episode over there. So be sure to watch that so you can get yourself entered into the drawing. And if not, I'll see you back here next Thursday. Take care of yourselves, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.